Okay, we're back. So the OpenAI saga continues. Today is November 22nd, I believe Wednesday. And I woke up, of course, to a lot of Twitter posts saying Sam is back. I was hearing that yesterday on Tuesday that they kept on saying Sam was back, but I couldn't tell if these were like old tweets or the news was just reporting. I don't know. I was just totally confused because I thought on Monday, that Sam Altman and Greg Brockham were going to join Microsoft and turn that into the biggest AI superpower in the world. And then I was seeing these posts and I was like, I'm just confused. But the saga continues because I woke up Wednesday on the 22nd, and I see, because I wasn't on Twitter last night. I was taking some time off. And I do see on November 21st, Tuesday, that OpenAI says, hey, we reached an agreement. Sam Altman's returning to OpenAI as the CEO, and they have a new board. So clearly, the board has quit. They are adding Brett Taylor. They're adding as the chair. They're adding Larry Summers, and Adam is staying on. So they got rid of two people. They brought Sam back, which is just. I wish I was on Twitter last night because I was like, wow, that is just so crazy that he's fired, he's hired by Microsoft, and then he's rehired by OpenAI. Again, I just think this is a complete net negative for the entire community and customers, people building stuff in AI. I think this drama is just like really exhaustive and a bummer, just a bummer. But Sam is back, and I think he's bringing, obviously Greg is back. So then Sam, with the emoji skills, salutes, gives the heart signs at around 10:05. So like right after OpenAI posts, he posts, and Greg at 10:05, right after that, he posts, "Hey, amazing progress made today. We'll come back stronger and more unified than ever." I actually think Greg is right. I think this sort of like trauma that the entire organization just went through it's like going in a loop on a roller coaster. You just feel so exhilarated and probably really excited that everything that they were working on can be coming true. Not to mention that that the payday that they're all going to get is also probably back on the table, which is really important for many people that just work there. Greg's back, which is great. Then Larry Summers has got his Twitter game on. He reposts. He's back. I wonder what his comp package looks like. But he's stoked. And Mira at around 10:06, she posts a blue heart. On Monday and Tuesday, she was posting red hearts. I don't know if there's a significance with the blue heart, but she seems to be pretty stoked that OpenAI's got Sam back. And then Sam at around 10:08, he's making a longer post here about the mission and joining Microsoft on Sunday evening, and it was the best path for him. And then with Satya's support, they're going to go back to OpenAI. I have to imagine this is just so much hell for Satya and his team, like all working so hard on AI and putting it in their products, and then having their partner lose the founder and its core team, having all this craziness going on, and then him having to probably talk to his board and all his staff, hiring Sam and Greg, and then it's just it's just so much gnarliness. Everyone's going to need to take time off for Thanksgiving. I think Satya then makes a post at around 10:09, and it's a little measured. Of course, he has to be a public traded company, but he's just saying, "Hey, we're encouraged by the changes." What is he going to do? this is just a really hard situation to navigate. I think from a management point of view, we're probably going to learn how do you manage this sort of crisis? I think Satya still looks great here. He basically is standing by his partners. He's doing the right thing for his customers, making it stable. He's making sure that his share price doesn't go. I think Satya is still a big winner here, and I think he's showing really great CEO skills, considering none of this is his doing. None of this he was in ultimate control over. And CEOs like to have control, but he just rolled with the punches. I think that in time, people are going to review this and say, wow, what else could he do? I still think Satya looks great here. Finally, we hear from Helen, a board member of OpenAI. Clearly, she's lost her job as a board member. And maybe she's a villain here. I'm not sure. I'm not really interested in talking about who was wrong, right or wrong. She's out, and she's saying that she could finally get some sleep. So at 10:10 p.m. Yesterday, she's finally going to get some sleep. Clearly, she seems to be the person on the board that was in favor of getting rid of Sam, and clearly she has her reasons. In time, we'll probably learn about that, and it will be interesting. But she's off the board, and we haven't heard from Ilya. Only thing I saw on his Twitter feed was he reposted what Greg had said, that he's returning to OpenAI and getting back to coding tonight, which is a really great message from Greg. I feel sad for Ilya because he clearly either he was really a part of getting rid of Sam with the board, or maybe the board convinced Ilya to join them. I don't know. Maybe we'll know. I think it would be interesting to learn. I don't know if Ilya's going to be on the team at OpenAI. He's clearly not on the board because it's just Brett, Larry, and Adam. It's really it's not. It's the board is now just, I forgot who it all is, but it's Brett, Larry, and Adam. Yes, we've got to figure out where Ilya is at. He's clearly not on the board, but I feel bad for him. Greg sounds super positive, and Emmett, who I think had a CEO role for 50 hours, 60 hours, obviously he was probably involved in this because he had the CEO title and job responsibility to figure out what the path is next. And I'm assuming he was involved in all these discussions. I would be curious on what the pay package is for a CEO that jumps into a crisis and is an agent of positive change here. I'm sure he's getting paid well. And I think Emmett comes out looking, he helped do the right thing. But this is the best image of all, right? This is 11:41 November yesterday and at PM, and it's, look at that. That to me is a founder who loves his job, loves his product, clearly coming back to the office to start coding, and his team's there. This, out of all this craziness, this image tells me OpenAI has a real chance now that they've got their team squared away and they're bored. These people look happy. I don't know. This just, for me, feels like a 3-point shot at the buzzer. And Greg looks happy. So I don't know. This image just really caught me and said, this is cool. And right on, Greg. But questions, I guess I just jotted these down here. I was like, is Ilya a scientist without a GPU cluster? I don't know. What's going on with him? He's clearly a bright person. And we don't know why he did what he did, but we'll find out. snarky thing. Will OpenAI keep a CEO longer than 72 hours? Like, it's snarky, but it is like, what? This stuff has been changing every 72 hours, so I'm not sure. How does the community feel about this? I think it sucks, right? Because everyone just is glued to their Twitter feeds figuring out like OpenAI, and maybe it's just like drama. Maybe it's a nothing burger, but I do feel like there's some trust eroded, right? It's everyone was like, what are we going to do? And then we were seeing API outages late yesterday. I think it's not a positive for the AI community. As a member of it, I'd rather this event not happen at all, personally. Maybe a push towards the open source the right way. I think this event, makes us all think about how does open source play here and how important it is. Personally, I think it's very important. I think having open source models, weights, data, all of that readily available for teams to use is the best way. And I think seeing a company that is such a big contributor to the AI community right now go through what it has gone through means that, wow, if that company did just go haywire and failed, like, where would we be as developers, as product people? So open source gives us this resilience, or this at least a hedge. So I think we should all be thinking about how do we incorporate more open source into the future of AI and contribute to it and support it and talk about it. And I think forget the community, because like there's just plain old customers. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they're not really necessarily part of the community as much as they're just the customers of what the community is making. And like, how are we going to get them to believe us or trust us? You know, of course, making great products is a way to do that, making products that they love. But, you know, in the back of their mind, they're probably like going, yeah, OpenAI, wasn't that the company that like fired their CEO, hired a new CEO, fired that CEO, hired their old CEO? It's a little, you just know that people are saying, this is a little nuts. How are we going to get them to believe us? How are we going to get them to trust us? Well, I go back to, I think open source is a place to put some bets, do some investment, getting customers just to use the products, and being honest, keeping your teams working hard is just going to make the customers believe in you. But it will be a struggle for people. So look, this is to be continued. Hopefully I won't have to deal this timeline anymore. I just want to be focused on cool products, great people making it. I hope this video helps you guys. Thanks. Bye.